So this is pretty much, I'm pretty much done with this image. I wood burned this using a Walnut Hollow wood burner, and just one tip, I use the shading tip here. It has a flat edge. Let me see if I can, it's flat. And it tapers off, which gives a lot of control. I got the idea for it from a YouTube video. I saw a woman using that. She's a very good artist. I forget her name off the top of my head. But she was using that to get a lot of shading in with this tool. And I was having trouble getting different shading techniques and whatnot. So anyway, this is the actual wood burning I did. It's larger than my others. This is the first time I've done something this large. How I got this idea was I looked online and I found this image of a wolf, and then I sketched it onto this piece of wood. And after I sketched it, I started with the eyes. I always like to start with the eyes when I'm using pen and ink, and you can still see some of my pencil lines in there that I'll have to get out of there. But anyway, I sketched out and I started burning in around the eyes using the fine point of the wood burner. And then what was new this time was using the shading tip and following this artist's instructions. I don't know if I can zoom in enough, but the technique for down here was you tilt this guy like so that it's kind of tilted like a 45 or higher angle, and you just do little circles, very quick and light. When you go quick with the wood burner, even though it's on high heat, it leaves very gentle burns, so they're very, very light strokes. And then when you go with longer strokes, you get darker areas. Like if you keep it longer, I mean, like use slower like this, it will leave a darker burn because it burns longer. For the hair, she was the same artist, which I'll pull up her name here in a minute. She was using these techniques of going like this, where you come into the wood and lift off of it. And the faster or slower you go leaves a darker or lighter stroke, and that gives this appearance of hair. The ears, right in this area, is a really cool area, I think. It's where I have this very kind of harsh line and a highlight right in there. That's a complete mistake. I had the wood burner coming in like this, and I burned too much. And I was just doing this as in a zone and didn't even realize it created this kind of cool effect. And I liked it, so I kept it. The rest of it is just doing circular burn patterns and kind of poking in darker burns to give it an effect of hair. The hair in here is a little more sloppy than it was out here. Maybe I'll clean that up a bit. And then over here, it's the same idea, burning in this way to achieve what looks like hair. The nose. See, the nose, just heavy, solid burns using the flat of it, this part, and then kind of barely going over, just quickly going across to give a lighter shade up there, and then darkly going across down here, and then leaving areas that would be highlights. The lips, that was weird. I mean, that's exactly how the wolf's lips are. So I tried to imitate that as best I could with a little bit of a highlight. And then for the long hair, I just used the brush like the burner tip like this, and then I would kind of work around it. And depending on how fast or slow I went, it would leave a darker or lighter burn, and then it would leave a highlight. Because I'm burning up here, jumping down here, going darker, and then I would quickly go across to blend it in. And then I just went slowly in these areas to make pure black on the dark spots. So the artist's name Let me pull it up because she has a website with a DVD. This is the artist. Her name is Manissa, or her channel is called Manissa Pyrography, and this was a buffalo that she wood burned on some wood, and so she went over the techniques of fur and hair and things like that. Some of the same stuff that I used on the wolf over here. She's a really good artist, much better than me. But she also has a DVD for sale as well on her website, so if you want to check that out. Anyway, that's it. That's pretty much how I did this wolf. And I think I'm about done with it. I'm going to may fix some of the hair up here, make it blend it a little bit better. Or maybe down around here in the dark sides. And that's about it.